Hello everyone, Namaskar. Welcome to my channel Physics by Tarun Madan. Today we will discuss about the most important topic of electrostatics, which is Coulomb's law. What is Coulomb's law? According to Coulomb's law, the force of interaction between two charged particles placed at a certain distance is directly proportional to the product of their charges and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. That is, Fe is proportional to Q1 Q2 by R square, and if we remove the proportionality sign we get a constant Ke, which is electrostatic force constant. Fe is equal to Ke Q1 Q2 by R square. Fe is equal to Ke Q1 Q2 by R square, where Fe is electrostatic force, Ke is Coulomb constant, Q1 and Q2 are the sign magnitude of the charges, and R is the distance between the charges. The force constant K depends upon system of unit and medium between the two charges. सिस्टम ऑफ यूनिट के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है और मीडियम दोनों चार्जेस के बीच में मीडियम कौन सा है उस पर डिपेंड करता है. इन एसआई सिस्टम Ke is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, where epsilon naught is called absolute permittivity in free space, and its value is 8.854 into 10 is power minus 12 coulomb square per newton per meter square. In CGS system, Ke is equal to 1 and F is equal to Q1 Q2 by R square, then the unit of force will be dyne. Our next topic is dielectric constant. What is dielectric constant? Dielectric constant of a medium is the ratio of absolute electrical permittivity of the medium to the absolute electrical permittivity of free space. When two charged particles placed in vacuum, then the force of interaction between them is F naught is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R square. But when the system of same charged particles placed in medium, then the force of interaction will be Fm is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by R square. When F naught divided by Fm, then we get epsilon by epsilon naught, and the ratio is equal to K or epsilon R, where K is called dielectric constant or epsilon R is called relative electrical permittivity of the medium. As dielectric constant is defined as the ratio of epsilon by epsilon naught, hence it is unitless and dimensionless physical quantity. ना तो कोई यूनिट होती है ना ही कोई डायमेंशनल फॉर्मूला होता है. द वैल्यू ऑफ के डिपेंड्स ओनली ऑन द नेचर ऑफ द मीडियम. अगर हम दोनों चार्ज पार्टिकल्स को वाटर में रखते हैं तो फोर्स अलग होगा, दोनों चार्ज पार्टिकल्स को वैक्यूम में रखेंगे तो फोर्स अलग होगा, किसी अदर मीडियम में रखेंगे तो फोर्स अलग होगा. ठीक है. फ्रॉम इक्वेशन ए, द फोर्स बिटवीन टू पॉइंट चार्जेस प्लेस्ड इन अ मीडियम, देन फोर्स विल बी Fm is equal to F naught by K. Fm, force between two charged particle placed in medium, is equal to 1 upon K times of force between two charged particle placed in vacuum. For water, K is equal to 81. It means for water, when two charged particle placed in water, then the force between charged particles in water is equal to 1 upon 81 times of the force between them in vacuum. When two charged particle placed in vacuum, then the force between same charged particle in water is equal to 1 upon 81 times of the force between them in vacuum. Our next important topic is Coulomb's law in vector form. According to Coulomb's law, force between two charged particles will be K Q1 Q2 by R square. This is in scalar form. But in vector form, F vector equal to K Q1 Q2 by R square R cap. For studying Coulomb's law in vector form, we construct a position vector diagram for two charged particles Consider q1, q2 be the point charges of position vector r1 and r2. Here r1 vector and r2 vector are position vector of charge q1 and q2. इस कोऑर्डिनेट सिस्टम में xy कोऑर्डिनेट में दो चार्ज पार्टिकल्स q1 और q2 प्लेस्ड हैं, जिनके बीच में डिस्टेंस r है इन मैग्नीट्यूड, बट इन यूनिट वेक्टर r12 cap directed from q1 to q2 and r21 cap directed from q2 to q1. As r12 cap is equal to unit vector directed from q1 to q2, r21 cap unit vector directed from q2 to q1, f12 vector force on charge q1 due to q2. q1 charge force लगा रहा है q2 के ऊपर. Here f21 vector equal to force on charge q2 due to q1. q1 force लगा रहा है q2 के ऊपर. As we know, a cap, this is cap, a cap unit vector, a cap equal to a vector and magnitude of that vector. Hence r12 cap is equal to r12 vector upon r, r12 vector upon r, and r21 cap is equal to r21 vector upon r, because r12 vector in magnitude and r21 vector in magnitude is equal to r. जो वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड है q1 से q2 तक का जो डिस्टेंस है वही डिस्टेंस q2 से q1 तक का होगा, और वो हमने लिया हुआ है r. Also r12 vector is equal to r1 minus r2 vector and r12 vector equal to r2 minus r1 vector, which implies r12 vector is equal to minus r21 vector. अगर हम उसमें से माइनस कॉमन ले लेंगे तो r12 vector equal to minus r21 vector आ जाएगा. According to Coulomb's law, the force on charge q1 due to q2 will be, हम किस पे चार्ज निकाल रहे हैं, हम निकाल रहे हैं q1 पे चार्ज निकाल रहे हैं ड्यू टू q2, मतलब हम बात कर रहे हैं f12 की. q2 फोर्स एक्सर्ट कर रहा है किसके ऊपर, q1 के ऊपर. देन फोर्स विल बी f12 vector is equal to k, here k is 1/4 pi epsilon or epsilon naught, in medium epsilon or in free space epsilon naught. K is equal to 1/4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 by r square into r12 cap. This is the force between two charged particles, but here the force on charge q1 due to charge q2 means q2 charge q1 पर कितना फोर्स एक्सर्ट कर रहा है. ठीक है. ऑल्सो अब हम इसे कैप फॉर्म है, ये यूनिट वेक्टर फॉर्म है, इसे वेक्टर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं. तो f12 वेक्टर इक्वल टू k q1 q2 by r square into here r21 cap, दिस इज r21 cap, इसे कन्वर्ट कर देंगे r21 वेक्टर अपॉन r. देन f12 वेक्टर विल बी f12 vector will be k q1 q2 by r cube into r21 vector. Suppose that this is equation second. And the force on charge q2 due to q1, अब q1 q2 के ऊपर फोर्स एक्सर्ट करेगा, कितना फोर्स एक्सर्ट करेगा, f21 vector is equal to k q1 q2 by r square into then the direction f21 vector and r12 cap, these two directions are same. It means f21 vector equal to k q1 q2 by r square into r12 cap. और F21 वेक्टर विल बी, हेयर कैप रिमूव कर देंगे वेक्टर फॉर्म में, यूनिट वेक्टर को हम वेक्टर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर देंगे k q1 q2 by r cube into r12 vector. In terms of position vector, f12 vector is equal to k q1 q2 by r cube. Here r21 vector था उसे कन्वर्ट कर देंगे r1 vector minus r2 vector में, and f21 vector equal to k q1 q2 by r cube r2 vector minus r1 vector. From equation first, second and third we get f12 vector equal to minus f21 vector. अगर हम इन दोनों इक्वेशंस में भी देखते हैं, इन दोनों इक्वेशंस में तो माइनस अगर कॉमन ले लें, इसमें से माइनस कॉमन ले लें तो हमारे पास आ जाएगा कि q1 q2 by r cube r2 minus r1 minus r1 which is equal to f21 vector. It means f12 vector is equal to minus f21 vector, which is Newton's third law. It means Coulomb's law obey Newton's third law of motion. Next topic is importance of Coulomb's law of electric force in vector form. First importance is the Coulomb force between 2 point charges support Newton's third law of motion. Second importance is the Coulomb force is a central force, and the third importance is the Coulomb force is a conservative force. Next important topic is superposition principle. What is superposition principle? According to superposition principle, the total force on any charge due to a number of other charges at rest is the vector sum of the forces on that charge due to other charges taken one at a time. एक सिस्टम में मल्टीपल चार्जेस प्लेस्ड हों और एक पर्टिकुलर चार्ज पर जो नेट फोर्स होगा अदर चार्जेस से एट अ पर्टिकुलर टाइम, वो उन सभी फोर्सेस का इंडिविजुअल चार्जेस से जो फोर्स लग रहे हैं उन सब का वेक्टर सम होगा. दिस इज सुपरपोजिशन प्रिंसिपल. द फोर्सेस ड्यू टू इंडिविजुअल चार्जेस are unaffected by the presence or absence of the other charges. Consider multiple point charges q1, q2, q3 and so on qn placed in an rectangular coordinate system of position vector r1 vector, r2 vector, r3 vector and so on. Then according to superposition principle, the net force on charge q naught is equal to the force due to charge q1, force due to charge q2, force due to charge q3 and so on. It means f naught is equal to f naught 1 plus f naught 2 plus f naught 3 plus and so on f naught n. Suppose that this is equation first. F naught 1 be the force on charge q naught due to charge q1, then according to Coulomb's law, the force on charge q naught due to q1 is equal to f naught 1 vector equal to k q naught q1 by r10 square into r10 cap. Then the force on charge q naught due to q2 is given by f naught 2 vector is equal to k q naught q2 by r20 square dot r20 cap and so on. The force on charge q naught due to qn is given by f0n vector equal to k q naught qn by rn square into rn0 cap. Put the values of f01 vector, f02 vector, f03 vector and so on f0n vector in equation first. We get f0 vector is equal to k q0 q1 by r10 square into r10 cap plus k q0 q2 by r20 square into r20 cap plus and so on plus k q0 qn rn0 square into rn0 cap then which implies F naught vector is equal to K in terms of summation I is equal to 1 to n Q naught Qi by R I0 square into R I0 cap. I की वैल्यू 1 to n हम यहाँ पर पुट कर सकते हैं. This RI0 cap can be converted into vector form, which implies the net force F naught vector is equal to K Q naught summation I is equal to 1 to n Qi by Ri0 cube into Ri0 vector, which implies F naught vector equal to K Q naught summation I equal to 1 to n Qi by R naught vector minus Ri vector magnitude cube into R naught vector minus Ri vector, because Ri naught vector is equal to R naught vector minus Ri vector. The direction of the net force F naught vector on charge Q naught due to n discrete charges can be determined using Polygon law of vectors. Like and subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you.